Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, this is the FREEWING 64mm Banshee Sport Jet. We're going to take it up and have some fun. Got a 2200 Turnigy in there as far forward as I can get it. I'm hoping she's not tail heavy. She did seem to want to favor it on CG, so but that's what I brought with me, so that's what we're going to fly with. All right, right, left, up, down, right, left. Got basically no wind. I do have an AR630 running with a KM model afterburner, and the nose wheel gyro's engaged. All right, starting the fun over at 3.5 minutes. Here we go.
Flaps up.
No, she's fine the way she CGs.
Time remaining 3 minutes. Landing flaps.
Good flying little jet. Little tap and go there.
Flaps up.
Little tappy tappy. See what kind of ceiling we got.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
That's pretty much it right there. Flying right at us. A little bit of snap roll there.
Landing flaps. Flaps up. Landing flaps.
All right, now, if you buy one of these, it does come with thrust reverse.
Flaps up.
However, I opted to do away with thrust reverse, and instead I'm using that open channel for the nose wheel gyro. I found that flaps and the wide stance on this model and bring her in nice shallow long approach, you really don't need the thrust reversing.
Flaps up. Landing flaps.
Here I automatically put my gear down that I don't have. Let me get turned around here. Haven't flown this plane in a hot minute, so
20 seconds.
having to get used to it again. But this is what I mean by a long, shallow approach. There you go.
Flaps up. Prop secured.
Alright, we had 10 seconds left. Let's go back to the bench, we'll talk about it. Alrighty, we had 10 seconds left on a 3.5 minute timer. Unplug that beautiful KM model afterburner. And I just have that, the KM model afterburner, if I remember right. Yes, that's the version 3 that's in there. And what I've done is, on a KM model afterburner, there are 12 seconds or 12% left, so good thing we stopped. On the KM model afterburner, the side that has 4 sides on the afterburner, and on the 4 sides it has little pinholes. And in those pinholes, you can take, like say, a piece of wire or something that's stiff, and CA them in, and then bend the ends and slide it into the tube shaft and get it right up to where it almost touches the Outrunner, but not on it, just right up to it, and then just see it in place, and then install the rest of the way like you normally would an afterburner, and there you go. And even though it has a balance plug, it's normally for a 6 cell, you just plug the positive or the negative on the negative side of the balance lead, and it fits right on there, no problem. Alrighty, and that's what KM model actually told me to do that. Let's go over the rates. Okay, flew in my high rates the entire time. Ailerons are 100%, 30% expo. Elevator, 100%, 30% expo. Rudder, 100%, 30% expo also. Flap settings. Flaps up are negative 100%, no mix. Takeoff flaps, 0%, no mix. Landing flaps, positive 43%, no mix. No mix needed for this plane, for the flaps. Forward programming. My gyros AS3X settings are one-time gains. The gains are set at 40, 50, and 60 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Priority all at 140 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Heading, didn't do anything with. Stop lock, 35, 35, 35 on roll, pitch, and yaw. And then on release rate, 35 or 55, 55, and 75 on roll, pitch, and yaw. The nose wheel gyro is a 30% rate gain with a 50% heading window and 180 priority. Now, I do not have that tied to the gain channel. I have it run separately because I want to make my gains adjustable in flight. I don't want that to affect the set gains that I have for the nose wheel. Alrighty, I also paid for the upgraded suspension gear that you can get, and they bolt in the same way that the stock gear does. And of course, I added a KM model afterburner and a clear coat. Well, there you go, folks. That is the Banshee 64 from FreeWing. Great flying little plane. Does basically anything you want it to do. It's very stable. It's not intimidating, and makes a good first beginner jet. It really does. All right. Well, God bless y'all. Gabriel, thank you for filming. And this is the Banshee 64. And God bless y'all. See you later. Bye bye. Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, bonus flight with the Banshee 64mm sport jet from FreeWing. Bought at Motion RC by yours truly, Fat Guy Flies RC. Here we go. Right, left, up, down, right, left. High rates, windy. Let's go. KM model afterburner version 3. Alright, do not need flaps now because we got a pretty decent east wind right down the runway. It makes me a happy fat guy. Reaching for the retracts I don't have. Run a 2200 turn of G4S in there.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Alright, that was an outside stick snap roll. Inside stick, do that again. Inside sticks, up top. Alright, she kind of stalls out of that. That'd be a, what you call a speed induced stall, I believe. Maybe not. Alright, see if we can cobra. Not really. I'm just having fun with it right now.
Landing flaps.
Trying to high alpha with a sport jetter.
Flaps up. Time remaining 2 minutes.
My son's like, would you just fly normal, please?
I got you.
All right, let's get ourselves a touch and go. Do that again.
1 minute.
Touch and goes are a great way to practice your approach and landing. Helps you to determine what's the best point to set her down. And that was not it. Set her down too early.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
No flaps. Really don't need flaps. I got enough of a wind. Going into enough of a wind, I don't need flaps. Remember, you have less control.
Seconds.
All right. Yeah, if you use flaps into the wind, you're really trying to, you're asking for trouble. Ask me how I know. There we go. That's what we wanted. But see, doing them touch and go approaches helps you to establish the behavior of the plane. And that way you can kind of develop that feel and that intuition of when, for this particular jet, when is the best time to go ahead and commit to the landing. And that is not something you're going to do on the first flight. Sorry. Literally, honestly, to figure out a jet to where you know when it's safe to land it, when it's time to set her down, you got to have a minimum of 10 to 15 flights. Seriously. To practice your landings, practice your approaches. With this particular jet, through hard learning and crashing and repairing and stuff through jets like this, I've learned that this kind of a jet, you want a nice shallow approach keeping her nice and level, and then just ever so little bit of flare right before touch. I mean, almost you can't even tell that the nose is flaring. That's how you land a Viper style, which this is a Viper style with a traditional type wing. So 15 seconds, but we're not going to push it again because I usually run like a 3000 for SNS, but this time I'm running a 2200, so a little bit smaller than what I normally run. Check the battery, unplug that beautiful version 3 KM model afterburner. 15% left, so good thing we stopped. And that's with a 2200 Turnigy Nanotech all the way forward. I can't get any further forward with that. And even with that, to me, in my hands, she feels like she's slightly tail heavy, which is not what you want with this kind of a jet, but I can't go any further forward. So, and but she flew fine. Yeah, there you go. This was the bonus flight. Look at the first flight. At the end of that flight, I gave you a complete report of all my AS3 settings and all that, and no, that still applies. I didn't change things. Same kind of battery, just a freshly charged one, and same placement, same everything. I just wanted to show you it again. So, Gabriel, thank you for filming, folks. Thank you for watching. God is good, and that's the FreeWing Banshee. Bye, y'all.